Alright guys, NHL 18 is almost upon us, and over the next few weeks I'm going to be showing you the differences between NHL 17 and NHL 18. Today's video, we're going to start with Versus. I'm No Sleeves 12. Alright guys, so let's dig in to the differences between NHL 17 and NHL 18, specifically covering just Versus. Now this video is not going to be very long because unfortunately there isn't a huge difference in the gameplay. That being said, there are a few points that I want to go over. First thing I want to acknowledge about NHL 18 is it is much quicker and easier to actually get into a game of Versus. Now, as you'll notice, I have a picture-in-picture here that'll show both. In NHL 18, you actually select all your lines and make all your changes to your strategies before you queue up for a game. And these will save, at least in the beta. So what will happen is you can change like how your lines are going to attack and who's on which line. You do that and you select your team before the game even starts, before you even do matchmaking. And you'll see here that I'm already into a game well before NHL 17. And the reason is because it finds you a game first in NHL 17. And then you have to mess around with all your lines and everything. Sometimes people end up leaving because of it. Much better job in NHL 18 so far. The one caveat I do have to mention about this is that sometimes when you queue up with an NHL squad, because you can't see what your opponent chose, you'll get a lot of all-star teams and whatnot, which is kind of frustrating, but I have a feeling that in the full game mode, there will be some sort of restriction as to who to pick when you're doing competitive as far as Versus goes, because that is a big flaw. Obviously, if someone picks the Metro or something like that, the Metro Division All-Stars, and you've selected San Jose, you can't back out until the beginning of the game, which might resolve in a lot of backing out and whatnot, but again, that might be something to worry about once the full game comes out. Now let's look into actual gameplay. I apologize for the kind of zoomed in effect. It's the only way I could get both pictures to show clearly in the video. So on the left you have 2018 and NHL 18 obviously, and then on the right you have NHL 17. Now watching both gameplay, you're going to notice not a ton of difference at all, really. The differences come in the skill stick, essentially. Now, obviously, everyone's all amped up about the new deking system, but if you watched my beta review video, you'll know that I'm not really fond of the new dekes and whatnot because they're kind of pointless against user players. Other than absolutely destroying a goalie on a breakaway, they're kind of pointless. But the defensive skill stick, on the other hand, that's amazing. That is the one improvement to NHL 18 as far as Versus and HUT goes, where it's insanely noticeable. When you're playing, it makes playing defense and defending rushes so much simpler, and it's not an instant tripping penalty no matter what when you're defending using your stick. So that is obviously an improvement here. So again, guys, like I said, not a ton of differences. I am still excited for 18. Basically because of the new defensive skill stick. The menus in the game itself seem a lot quicker, and it is a lot more responsive. This is the beta, and that actually has me more encouraged because the betas are usually much worse. But, other than the Overwatch kind of font that they have in 2018, graphically, there isn't a ton of differences. This isn't one of the years where the graphics engine and takes a huge overhaul. So graphically, it's much the same. Alright guys, like I said, short and sweet for this video today. Again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check me out on Twitter and Twitch. Links are down below. And if you subscribe, I would appreciate it. Have a good one, guys. Stay average.
North, south, east, or west, everybody know our name. And if your dad is gone, but your mom